Good morning, wealthy nation. Happy day of the week to you, wherever you're watching this. I decided to keep my Martin Van Buren burns today, just because what we're talking about is change. And more specifically, the fact that here in the United States, we cling on to political and economic ideas that are 250, 300 years old. Meanwhile, everything else in our society has changed. We've gone through such amazing technological development. Think about the innovation. Martin Van Buren here was in the, let's check, president during 1837, 1841. So he was around before the Industrial Revolution, doing politics pre-Industrial Revolution. Then we had the Industrial Revolution, and then we had the Digital Revolution. Now we have the digital transformation, fourth Industrial Revolution. So we've gone through numerous technological developments. We've created things like the atomic bomb. All of physics shifted. All we had was Newtonian physics back when Van Buren was running around. We barely had that. We barely had it well understood. We didn't even have Einstein yet. We didn't even have electricity. Everything that Van Buren was doing was by candlelight. Our founding fathers wrote the Constitution by candlelight in a time where when the sun went down, that's it. It was dark. Nothing they could do about it. You had lanterns. Think about the fact that that document that they wrote with the feather is what we still use as our chief guiding political foundation right now. The fact that we base everything on a scroll. It's almost 250 years old. Yeah, almost. Almost exactly. We're just 5 years away from the 250th birthday. It's 250 years old. And we still cling on to it like it's just the best thing that's ever been written. And yes, people might say, we have an amendment process. It can change to keep up with the times. The Founding Fathers planned for that. But clearly that's going so well. We have constitutional amendments that take social movements, and more than that, it takes people dying for us to create these constitutional amendments. I'm thinking about the Voting Rights Act, 65. And then somebody can just go ahead and repeal that later on. I'm talking about what the Trump administration did, rolling back the Voting Rights Act privileges, and now we see all sorts of states passing these laws that are successfully disenfranchising voters. So that's it. Constitutional amendment process is not enough. It's not going to get us where we need to go. We need a fundamental restructuring of how we do things, because we change so fast now that we can't rely on a constitutional amendment process when our government keeps locking itself down and they can't decide on anything until they decide on how much to pay themselves first. How many government shutdowns have we had in the last 5, 10 years? There was a period of time where the government shut down almost every single year. That's ridiculous. We should not rely on that process to change things that affect our actual day-to-day lives. Time to leave the past behind us. The people who wrote the Constitution could not even imagine the things that we see today. People that live here today that are surrounded by our technology, our culture, that have seen the progression from then through now. Those people, us, we should be writing political, economic, social rules that we all live by. Because why not? It's us living here right now. We definitely don't live the same way as this guy. And just because you can grow your burns out a little bit for fun doesn't mean we should cling on to political ideas from way back when. Will the sideburns come back? Doubtful. helpful. But for whatever reason, the politics are still here. That's the food for thought today. So, probably time for change. Alright, Wealthy Nation. See you next time. With love.